Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and today I'm joined by Art Frederick, one of my co-creators in the Pitfalls and Penguins project. He's actually the founder of Team Snow Day, along with me, and he's the guy, though, that came up with all the ideas for the comics that we do. And he's pretty funny, he's pretty awesome, and he's got an opportunity for y'all to play Pitfalls and Penguins in the official online campaign with him. Tell us a little bit about that, Art.
So the basic plan is I'm putting together a game of Pitfalls and Penguins. It's going to be run by me as the game's game master, or Pitfall master as we call it in our system. And it's going to be played by some of my friends. Hopefully Joe is going to do a few of the missions with us. Woad is going to be there probably more as an advisory role. And John, who has been in a few of the streams, is planning to play. We're waiting to get word back from Brian, and there's a couple more that we're still waiting on to see what they're going to do. But to fill out the rest of the party, we need you. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have a open call for people who want to play in this game, in which you can send an email to me, and the email address they'll be down at the show notes, with a character concept of something you'd like to play in the game. And we're going to just take open enrollment until midnight on February 24th, which is Sunday evening, Central Time. And we're going to go through them. We're going to pick the ones that we like, and we're going to put together this game in which you can play in. We're going to pick people out of this big old pile with the ideas that we really like, and you'll get to play.
Okay. When you say we're all gonna play, like it's a lot of people that we're expecting to submit applications. How are we going to accommodate the large number there?
Well, we're going to have the game played every Monday, as long as I am available. And each Monday we'll have about 5 people play at a time. It'll kind of depend on how many people I'm really capable of running at a time. And so you'll need to be able to have open Mondays so you can play on this, but you don't have to have every Monday open, because not every Monday you're going to play. And we're just going to kind of do it in smaller groups, and we may have a few sessions that are bigger where we get a whole gang or most of the gang together to do things. But for the most part, it'll be in smaller groups, which will make it more manageable and it'll make it more fun for you and me.
Okay, so essentially we would have groups of 4 or 5 people playing along with you or I running the games, although Art's going to be running most of them, I'm guessing. I might fill in for him as needed. Now, these games will be recorded, right?
Yep, we're planning to run the games using Google Hangouts. And with Google Hangouts, it has a nice feature where we can play the game, it'll record it, and it'll live stream it onto YouTube, so people who are not in the game can watch along. People who are, part of the game's cast but may not be playing that week can watch along. And we'll just play it, then it'll be posted online. You can watch it forever, leave comments, complain, whatever it is you like to do.
So if you've ever wanted to make a video with me, or Art, or whatever, or you wanted to kind of get your profile out there, this wouldn't necessarily be a terrible way to illustrate that you're a cool person. Now, the caveat there is you want to come and play and be a cool person and demonstrate your creativity. Now, Art, you said that you want people to submit their characters. What would be a good way to demonstrate your creativity there?
Well, I'm leaving this very open to interpretation. You can send in, I don't have a form file. You don't do just a character sheet and turn that in. I want you to, kind of think to yourself, how can I make this character come alive in such a way that I will understand, what you're really going for here. And you can submit videos. You can do a sound file. You can, upload pictures. It could be something you've drawn. It could be something that someone else has made that you think really captures the essence of what you've done. If there's any documents that you put together that you want to link to, you're welcome to do it. I'm leaving it up to you. The big thing that I ask for, if you do anything like that, is please put your non-text content up on a hosted source like YouTube, Imager, etc., because I don't want to have to deal with a million attachments. That quickly becomes a problem for me.
Okay, so you want people to essentially pitch their character concept explain why their character is awesome and fun to play, not only for them, but, for other people to play with, presumably. Because,
And that's very true. Like, I'm going to need a lot of everything. They can't just everyone be the zany, wacky, fun character. If you've got a really good idea for a straight man and you can just nail it, you're probably the most useful person in the world. And now I'm going to get a million straight man applications.
You're wonderful. So
We're the very serious party.
Yes.
We take everything serious.
Far too seriously, in fact. So let's see. We've talked about how people can submit. We've talked about what they can submit. This is a great opportunity for folks to come and hang out with other cool, creative people, including Art and myself. Now, there are some requirements, though, aren't there, Art, above and beyond just, getting a... Who can apply, let's say?
So the requirements that I have, everyone does need to be over 18 years old to participate. And a lot of that is because I'm going to ask for the rights to be able to record our sessions and put ads on them. I'd like the ability to draw your character and, be able to put it on the PNP site or use it for other things to promote our videos. And you can't give me the rights to do that unless you're 18 or older. So that is something that is important. You need to be able to attend the game sessions. Monday evenings, we're playing at about 7 p.m. to about 11 p.m. Central Time. There'll be a little flexibility there, but if you got Taekwondo every Monday and you're about to get your black belt and there's no way you could ever miss a single Taekwondo lesson, please don't apply because we won't be able to use you. You have to have a modern computer with a reliable internet connection. A modern computer, and if your modem goes when you log in, that's a problem.
If your modem goes then yeah, you probably then your modem, your computer isn't what we need. You do need to have control over your environment, acoustically speaking. So, for example, if your computer's in the living room and you have 5 younger siblings who love to run around and scream Monty Python quotes while watching music videos, of things that are not in the public domain, that is not exactly what we are looking for. You got to have...
That's exactly what we're not looking for.
I said that's what we're not looking for.
I was agreed.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah. Either way, you're not our guy or girl at that point. Like, we need people who can, have controlled audio environments just as a, issue of respect to everyone playing,
Yeah, it's one of those things where, this is, we're running the game for 5-6 people and everyone watching it. It's not fair to, distract everyone else needlessly.
Well, it's also not okay for the people at home to not get to see an episode because there was, music from Charles in Charge in the background, and YouTube pulled it.
Exactly. And also, I don't want to have to edit these things. I think a lot of the fun is in, kind of seeing everyone joke and work their way through everything. So I'm hoping that we can just kind of put these up as is. Mm-hmm. And, to do that, it requires that, there's not blatant copyright infringement.
Yeah, so you got to have a controlled acoustic environment. You got to have a decent quality microphone, computer. You're going to have accounts on 2 different services, Art. What are those 2 services?
You'll need a Google Plus account and a Roll-D20 account, both of which are free. You don't really need to worry about this until you get the acceptance letter, but it would not hurt to test it out, make sure your computer can run these. They don't strike me as particularly taxing on a computer, so if you've got a modern computer, you should be fine.
Okay.
And one of the most important things is you need to have a sense of humor and a good attitude. This is supposed to be fun. The way Pitfalls and Penguins works, it's a very lighthearted game. I can't kill you, so you don't have to power game it. You don't have to, rule lawyer to try to, protect yourself when, I go off book a little bit. You just, kind of go with it. It's supposed to be fun. You can't actually lose. So, you need to be able to come into this ready to have fun and ready to help other people have fun.
Be a cool person, essentially.
Yeah. And, that's a big thing, too, like with your characters. Try to make them characters that are interesting and fun to play with and, for other people to watch. Like, that, it's one big thing with Pitfalls and Penguins that I think is very important is, for example, the bad guys are escaping on a pickup truck and you're on a building, 3 stories up. Feel free to jump down there and try to get them. This isn't a game where, I go, okay, give me an athletics check. 2. Up, you die, no save. Well, don't I get, some sort of a reflex save? No, that was your save.
Gravity is a harsh mistress. Not in
Yeah.
Pitfalls and Penguins.
You can have fun with it, yeah.
Now, and another thing is, make sure that your character is going to be somebody who can play with other people. One of the things that we did with our system was we made sure we didn't have that whole problem. Paladins in some systems can only be in parties that don't have any evil members because they can't stand being next to somebody who's evil. People in our gaming system are designed to be more pragmatic, and be sure that you design your character to be equally pragmatic. You should...
Or at least dumb enough to not realize that they're working with someone they very much oppose.
Yeah, just in general, don't make your characters hook. He really can't stand wizards because there's gonna be mages, and that's a good way to not get approved. So
Backstabs party immediately.
yeah, like if you wanted to have something like, oh, he's a chronic gambler, that's fine. It's like, oh, he likes taking risks, that's fine. Risk taken is fine, but like just being absolutely unbearable to other people is not fine.
My character is a homicidal sociopath who likes to cut off people's faces and wears them, especially people who once trusted him. Is that okay? No.
No, that is not what we are looking for.
So, kind of a few more things, I guess, to it. I've kind of put into the notes to this some frequently anticipated questions, because you guys didn't know we were going to do it. We were going to do this, so you couldn't frequently ask them, but we could frequently anticipate them.
And what did you frequently anticipate, Arthur?
One of the big things that I'm want to point out is this is a Pitfalls and Penguins game, and so you are going to need to play as a core PNP species/class, and you can't use the doppelganger to try to bypass this. You may have a great D&D character that you really like, or great GURPS or whatever, but we're not playing D&D, we're not playing GURPS. You need to download yourself a copy of the PNP book if you don't have one, and you need to try to design one from there.
How much would it cost me to download a copy of that book, Arthur?
It's free, unless you'd like to pay for it, in which we would love it if you would pay for it.
And
but
you can get that for any price you choose to name at pitfallsandpenguins.com.
Mm-hmm. Look for the little button on the just right at the top of the page.
Yep.
Another thing, if you watch our PNP labs, we're working on an expansion of the game. And, we anticipate, some of the people who watch the labs, potentially being interested in playing as one of the species classes from the expansion. And you can't play as one yet. We don't have really anything far enough along for it to be fair. And, if this game runs long enough, I'd love to see, if we add on players to have them be able to pull from reading Kentucky places so we can test some stuff out. But at the moment, that's just not going to be an option. On the same lines of my first frequently anticipated question, you can't use a pre-made character from any other system, even if it, syncs up. You can't use your human sword fighter from something else. You need to roll a new one. And also, for players, we'd kind of like to have people with some tabletop experience. You don't have to be an expert, but if you've never ever played before, I'd have to take a lot of time kind of keeping up with you and giving you a lot of attention, and really I'm just not going to be able to do that and run a good game for everyone else.
And that doesn't mean that you can't play if you've never played before. That means, though, that you need to really read the Pitfalls and Penguins book. You need to go out of your way to avoid being a burden on others. You should watch the other YouTube videos of us playing our other campaigns. My campaign with Good, Nori, and Paws would be a good one, too. Just, if you are starting from behind, you got to be aware of that, and you got to work to overcome that.
Well, and also, we may reopen sign-ups and allow people to get in the future if the campaign proves to be something that is a lot of fun and people want to keep doing. And, I'm sure we'll shed players over time. That's just, how life works. And so if you're not ready now, you may be ready then.
Yeah, you can
And
watch
so,
this round, and then next time we call for characters, you might jump in then.
yeah, but, it's one of those things where if you've never played before, you're either going to have to learn some stuff really, really quick, or, it's not going to work. I'm not an experienced enough DM to really carry one person while directing the other four. Last little bit, legal stuff. I'm just going to read this verbatim. Reserve the right to record our play sessions for monetization. By applying to participate in the game, you acknowledge that you have no expectation of compensation for your participation and contributions. So basically, we're allowed to put this on YouTube with ads, and you do not expect to be paid for it. Your payment is you get to play. You get to have fun with us.
If you want to make your own videos of you and your party playing YouTube, like not with us, but or if you want to play Pitfalls and Penguins and post it on YouTube, though, we will give you written permission so you can run ads on your own show.
The Roll20 people also allow you to use their system there. You will need to make sure that you use new art assets. You can't just, take things from different games and put them in there. But you can, control the rights and be able to do this for yourself in a very similar manner to how we're going to do it.
Mm-hmm. So we have no problem with you guys having fun playing Pitfalls and Penguins and sharing with people on YouTube. Just in this particular case, it's our sandbox, so we're going to be controlling that.
Also, as you probably know, you may not, all the artwork on the internal parts of the books in Pitfalls and Penguins I have drawn. And I would like to draw all the characters of the, players that we have into the game, draw their characters, that we'll put on the website. Maybe if we have little images before the thing begins of the party, put them on, things like that. And so, I'm requesting the right to be able to draw your character and use it, however I need to for promotion. And, with the videos, there'll be monetization involved.
That also means that your character can't be something that you don't have the rights to. Like, if your character is Donald Duck, well, for one thing, you can't be a duck in our system, so you're going to get excluded there. But also, yeah, we can't make videos with Donald Duck in them and then run
Donald
ads.
Penguin.
Whoa, that's a bad place. Yes. So, anyway, continue.
Oh, yeah, and maintain the right to recreate, retell with or without embellishments events that occur within the campaign to be used in promotional and monetization purposes. And a lot of that is, I have a lot of ideas for stories, and if I use it in our campaign, and I, also kind of wanted to use it in a comic too, I'm not, giving up my rights to do that. And also, if you do something in it that I really, really like, or, kind of overlapped with what I thought should be done, I don't want to lose my ability to retell it in that way, or tell it a little differently. So, basically, in the end, I own the campaign that we're going to do. But you get to participate in it and have fun with it. And also, if you have any questions, I got an email at the bottom. Just send them to me with a special tag. It'll filter it in my inbox, so I'll be able to find it. There's also a tag in the document for your character submissions. Please, please, please put that in, because it's going to make it a lot easier for me to go through and find, sort out all the characters, be able to go right through them. If you don't do it, you're kind of running a risk of me missing your character. You really need to do this.
And Art, you had indicated to me off camera that you were planning to respond to let every single person know that that their applications had been received. Now, if you guys don't tag your stuff properly, not only will you not get evaluated, but you're probably not even going to get an acknowledgement that your stuff was received. So you should really be careful that you tag your email appropriately.
And I'll be doing those probably every night or two. So, it's not going to be automated, so don't expect it, 5 minutes after you send it in. But, if 5 or 6 days go by and you haven't gotten a response yet, I probably didn't get it, and you need to re-look at the document and make sure that you submitted it correctly. And I think that's it. I hope we haven't bored you to death with this laying out these rules and such. If you have any further questions, though, be sure to ask me. we'll make sure that we'll update this document if we have anything else that is very important that needs to be said. And I will email people who had already sent me things to make sure that they know if there's any updates and information, what have you. I don't think we'll need to do another video like this, but, if there's a lot of things that we need to get pegged down, we could.
And finally, have we talked about the timetable? When do you need those in by?
I would like the invites, or not invites, I would like your character concepts to be sent to me by February 25th at midnight Central Time. And so that is, midnight as the day ends going into Monday. I know that can kind of be confusing.
So like 11:59.
Yeah, 23:59 if you're military.
Yeah.
And, I'd recommend turning them in early because, it looks good to me if you show that you can get things done and get them done ahead of schedule. Just going to throw that little tip out there. You don't need to get it done in 24 hours and get it sent back to me, but try not to wait till the very, very last minute if you can.
But that also doesn't mean that, like, if you have a really cool idea for how you want to present your character, don't rush it, Just
Yeah, don't rush it. Take your time, but don't, take your time, but get it done. Don't put it off to the last minute and then, have to put it all together 2 hours before the deadline. And you're rushing to get it in and sending me emails that are just like, hey, sending you my character sheet in just a few minutes. Keep it open, please.
Yeah, that might or might not happen. Believe me, if we have to cut people, the first people to be cut will be people who missed the deadline.
Yep.
Just saying. Time is a cruel mistress. Okay, Art, is there anything else that we need then? When is the first session going to be?
First session, we're going to we'll know that for sure when we get a little closer. I'm actually thinking we're going to take the applications on the 24th. We're going to need a little prep time before that. We may have the first one on the 18th. Me and Joe are going to PAX East later that week. So,
18th of March.
Yeah, 18th of March.
Okay.
We're going to PAX later that week, so we're going to just have to see how time looks then. It may be something that we have to get to once we get back from PAX. Mm-hmm. But that's just how timing works. We'll try to do one then. If not, we won't. If we can, we will.
Okay, cool. So viewers at home, you'll get, even if you decide not to participate in playing, you'll be able to expect some new stuff right around the time we go off to PAX. So, Great. Anything else, Art?
I can't think of anything. Thank you guys for listening to all this. Best of luck with your submissions. Also, one little tiny note, too. If you have friends that want to do it also, you are welcome to, do your submissions as kind of a group. Like if you wanted to do something where, this character would kind of play off this character like this. We may not take your character as that group. We may, kind of shuffle things around, but you are welcome to do that.
Okay, so for example, it's like, okay, my character is a merchant and my friend's character is his bodyguard, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You can submit things in pairs. You need to, make sure that you tell me that it's in pairs and it's not, you and your NPC friend. Mm-hmm. And we are going to have a little culling at the end where, if we have too much of one thing or not enough of something else, I may ask people to kind of shuffle their ideas a little bit to kind of, make the party work. I don't want to end up with 20 of the same things. Mm-hmm. So, the big point of making the character concept is to show that you can come up with a character idea and follow through with it. It's not so much that you have to play this character. Mm-hmm. Although, I'd love for everyone to be able to do exactly what they want. It just may not make sense story-wise.
Great. Okay. Well, if that is it then I will go ahead and thank everybody for watching and for listening. And until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee, joined by Art Frederick. Any final words?
Awesome possum.
Keep adventuring.